So I'd like to share with you today a very simple practice that has just come back into my world, actually after about 15 years. And what I hadn't realized is how quick and easy this particular practice can be to introduce feelings of feeling a bit more supported, a bit more safe, a bit more ease in one's day. So what I'm going to do is explain a little bit about it and then how to do it, and then I'm going to share a few of the ways that you can actually use it for yourself. Firstly, useful with any practice like this just to notice and label that our judge can come out a little bit. And actually here we want to allow our imagination space, a bit of space for itself to expand. So just to know that your judgment may come up. If it does, just notice it, label it, let it go. The practice itself is called the Circle of Allies. And at its simplest, all we do is surround ourselves in our mind, surround ourselves with people, beings, animals, forces of nature, whatever it is, that help us feel that support and that ease and that kind of safe feeling, like we have resources, we have possibilities. In essence, that's it. That's the practice. But there are some nuances which seem to make it more effective, at least for me. So I'd like to share those. The first is that it can be helpful to actually have four principal, kind of like corners. They can be north, east, south, and west. Or the way that I've been doing it, which has been working for me, is in front, behind, and to the sides, whether I'm sitting or lying. And at each of these 4 points, we'll just take that as an example, you can put one of these people, pets, animals, deities, beings, who help you to feel this way. You can do that now as I'm talking. You can just see what it's like to feel that out, to have the feeling of that kind of support. And of course, you can fill in the gaps with as many as you like. And you can have them going back as far as you like, completely surrounded. The idea is that you do it in a way that feels good to you and creates that feeling of safety. Now, once you've done it for a bit, and I'll talk about purposes in a moment, ways you can use it more specifically. Once you've done it for a bit, you then let go of the visualization, allowing yourself to know that it's there for you if you need it. So you can do this at any time, and you do it for a bit, you let it go. One thing which I've found very, very helpful is that I've noticed there are two ways that I engage with it. One is more powerful than the other. The first is when I try and just think my way to having the person or being around me. It has some value, but if I actually almost offer the space and invite whatever quality that is, whatever being that is, then something else seems to happen, and it seems to be stronger for me. May or may not make sense to you, but I just wanted to voice it because it is, for me anyway, a very tangible difference. So how do you use it? Well, the first way that you can use it is more as a longer type of practice. To actually, you go to bed at night, or you're sitting in your meditation, you just literally invite these images, beings, thought forms, whatever you want to call them, and you just sit with them and receive that sense of security. So that's a longer type of practice, but you can direct it as well, much more. So if, for example, you have a difficult meeting or a difficult conversation, you could actually do that before you go in. Maybe you just take 30 seconds to do that. Before a presentation, you can do that to help yourself get in the zone. I actually did that this morning for doing a workshop for 30 people. Very, very helpful in letting me feel comfortable and more ease. And I think the last thing that I've noticed, which is really, really helpful, is that you can actually pick and choose different types of being for different situations. And so you can actually use it, as I have been more recently, several times during your day as you change from work to a personal situation, or to a playful one. It's really up to you what you do. So I hope that's been useful. It's been a very, very interesting little revisiting of this. I think it's going to become a regular for me. If you try it, I'd love to hear how it goes.